Coulter, how you doing?
Fine, thanks. How are you, Mark Simone?
Very good. I saw you last night at this. That was a great book party for Corey Lewandowski. Everybody in the history of Fox News was there.
And CNN. I liked my pal Oliver Darcy coming in wearing a CNN T-shirt. I told him, "Are you trying to get shot here?"
And that Gabe Sherman was there.
Yeah, I didn't see him. It was a great party. I was just going to say to you, it seems like I just saw you, Mark Simone.
That's right. In fact, if you go to my Instagram, Mark Simone NYC at Instagram, you can see pictures of the party and a picture of Ann Coulter and I visiting the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. Wasn't that beautiful?
Yes, it's a beautiful tree this year.
And
but don't go visit because there's enough traffic around Midtown. Even at midnight, it was hard getting past there.
Yeah, there's barricades everywhere. There's a million tourists crashing into you at every second.
Right, and the barricades and the traffic shut down. It warms your heart this Christmas time to think of another way Muslims have made our lives so much better.
Oh, there you go. John Conyers has resigned. I think Al Franken is coming next.
I'm upset he resigned without waiting for Franken to resign. What's going on here? The Democrats are trying to control black bodies once again, but not the white senator who there's a photo of that one. What's going on? No, I think Senator Franken has absolutely no intention of resigning. And if Conyers did nothing else, he should, he's a proud black man. Why is he the one the Democrats are going after and not a United States senator? I mean, Conyers is just a little congressman.
Hey, that's a good point. I have not heard all of them speaking out, like Pelosi and others, about Franken. Why are they? Yeah, you're right.
Because once again, the Democratic Party is trying to control black bodies.
Well, I think also they just need that Senate vote. They're more concerned about that Senate vote.
Oh, no. Minnesota has gone mad. I promise you. There's no possibility that Franken will not be replaced by a Democrat.
Well, that's true.
As woke as he is.
Hey, Robert Mueller, now he's going after Trump's finances, and he's subpoenaed Deutsche Bank and all. He has veered so far off of Russia. Don't you think it's time to, you can't just fire him, but take him out and put in another special prosecutor, somebody more competent?
What is necessary in the world today, competence is less important than people who don't care about their status. It's a lot harder to find that. I was thinking about this. I mean, look at what James Comey went through. First, he's a total hero because although he finds that Hillary has broken the law, we'll put a footnote on that with the FBI agent Strzok. He was a total hero. Then, 2 weeks before the election, 10 days before the election, Comey comes out and says, Hillary hasn't been entirely cleared. We have new information. We're still investigating. Then he is Satan. And he was Satan through the election. Hillary lost. It's all blamed on Comey. Wow. He better be purer than Caesar's wife. And then Trump fires him. And suddenly he's a hero again. He's a hero. The media has so much power and watch. I mean, you and I watch MSNBC. It's like a dinner party where people are competing for who makes the most money or who has the biggest house, who can most viciously denounce Donald Trump and win that day on Morning Joe. And that's why I was thinking. I mean, I don't care how honorable Mueller is, and this is all we hear from the media. We've seen this a million times before. We've seen it with journalists through the Bill Clinton scandal. That when the story first broke with Monica Lewinsky, half the Democratic Party was shocked and demanding that Clinton had to go. But then they checked back in with the mothership, and no, we approve of him. And suddenly, the exact same reporters, the exact same journalists were furious with the GOP, not with Bill Clinton for things that are destroying careers these days. So, I mean, there's no way Mueller can walk away from this investigation without charging Donald Trump with murder. He's got to come up with something. Because most people these days really don't have character. What they want is status. We don't live in a very moral time, even with people who appear to be upright. What they want is to be admired on television, is to be admired in the New York Times, is to get a nice New York Times obituary. Another reason you should be thankful for Christians in society, Mark Simone. We're the only ones who don't care about status. But yeah, this guy does. Oh. I just thought I'd slip that into my little heathen friend.
So, what do you think about the tax plan? I mean, it's okay. The business tax cuts are good. The personal side, it's a bit of a mess.
Well, why did he start with this? Half the country doesn't pay taxes. Look, there are a few things I like about it. I'm really annoyed they did not include the one beautiful thing Trump and only Trump campaigned on. In fact, I mentioned it in my compact book, In Trump We Trust, E Pluribus Awesome, the hedge fund manager's loophole. Oh, my gosh, Donald Trump is the first presidential candidate who ever would have said we've got to get rid of that. It's utterly unfair. Hedge fund managers through a loophole that should never have been approved by – actually, he might be able to change it through the IRS. They only get taxed at 15% for multiple millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in income. This is what Warren Buffett is always talking about, how he pays a lower rate than his secretary. Even Warren Buffett wants to get rid of it. The Democrats will never touch it. It's a great way to humiliate Chuck Schumer because he'll go on TV and pretend to be against it, but then, in the back rooms do anything to save it because Democrats get their money from Wall Street. Republicans are such morons. They don't even get money from Wall Street. Wall Street hates them, and they're constantly sucking up to Wall Street. That was a beautiful thing about Trump's campaign, and that is not in the tax bill. But come on, let's start with infrastructure. Let's start with the wall. I want a bloody knockdown fight on the wall, and I want every one of those senators and House members on the record, Democrats and Republicans. Let's see how that goes. No, Republicans it's so easy to con Republicans. The Democrats just say, oh, I don't think you want to have that fight. No, it's Democrats who don't want to have that fight. They don't want to be on the record. But Republicans are morons. Why are they doing tax cuts first? No, that should be second-year stuff.
Yeah. Hey, remember, first of all, Matt Lauer going after you on women's issues. Can you imagine this, Matt Lauer doing that?
Yes, I was mean to women.
Yeah, but also, remember Matt Lauer ridiculing the wall. The wall was ridiculous. But here's a guy who had a button under his desk to lock the door.
Maybe we could just get a button on our wall.
Yeah.
Put a button on the border down there. That's a great point, Mark Simone.
Yeah, he had a button there to keep people out in case anybody tried to come in. This is in an office that's in a building that's the most secure building in the world.
Yeah, you can't even drive there now with the tree. I see you've been sending out blind items in your tweets.
Yes. What they always say, who's next? Who's next in these sexual harassment scandals? And I think another head of a cable news network is coming next.
It's funny how everybody hears about this stuff. Although I'm usually the last one to know, at least in real time. But no one will print it. So I love your blind items for that. Hey, one other thing I want to mention. I was out doing stuff yesterday, so I haven't tweeted for like 24 hours. It's very embarrassing. But I have watched a little hate watching of CNN and MSNBC, and I'm seriously again thinking that journalists and anchors cannot be executed, even if found guilty of a capital crime, because of the Supreme Court's ruling that you cannot execute retarded people. What is this about? And the chyron on Rachel Maddow last night was, you keep hearing them say the president's position is a president cannot obstruct justice. No, of course he's not saying that. That's insane. No one would say that. And by the way, I didn't even look this up when I started yelling at one of my friends on the phone about it. I said, I haven't even seen what the president said, and I know he didn't say that. And of course I was right. What he's saying is a president cannot be impeached for firing someone who works for him. That is his job, and I would also like to get in a play here, and I don't even think I make any money off it anymore, but for my first book, High Crimes and Misdemeanors, it goes back, to 1640, the original grounds for impeachment. And
really? Yeah, that's a good book to read now.
Yeah, it goes through, and all the cases through American history, and also it's told in an exciting way, but the one thing that is very clear is, in America, a president cannot be impeached for a policy difference. He can't be impeached for doing his job. He can't be impeached for doing his job badly. It is for character issues.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be an actual crime, but you can't be impeached for doing your job as president. We live in a constitutional democracy. You don't like it, Congress? Then run somebody better next time. In fact, if they run somebody who wants a wall, they could probably beat Trump.
Well, everybody get Ann Coulter's new book, In Trump We Trust. Hey, you're right. Get that book, High Crimes and Misdemeanors, because it's very relevant to what's going on today. And, of course, follow Ann Coulter on Twitter, and AnnCoulter.com is her website. And Ann Coulter, thanks for being with us.
Good to talk to you, Mark Simone. Bye-bye.